light and darkness soul family, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, welcome on in. My name is Jazz. If you are one of my A1 day ones, I love y'all. I miss y'all. Hey Kaminoko, your name is so cute. Grand rising, y'all. How y'all been? I hope everybody is doing well. I just want to tap into the full moon energy, see what's good, see what's going on. What's up, cute? Hey, ethereal elevation. What's up, Saturn Shar? Sunny Daisy, Gail, Tiana, Cynthia. Y'all make me happy. I miss you too. I don't know. Full moon in Leo always does it for me. It brings out my Y'all know it's Team Goddess all day, every day, but it's something about the Leo energy. It just brings out my bad bitch energy. You know? Like, I don't know. Feels spicy. Anybody else feel like that? When Leo season comes, it's like I have arrived. Like, bad bitch season or bad bitch energy. I don't know. It just brings out like a confidence. And I'm like Leo Virgo Cusp. So like I claim a lot of y'all, even though I don't really like have the energy, but I was also raised by two Leos. So I hope that matters in some way, shape, or form as to why I resonate with it so much. Helen, Butterfly Soul, Adria. How y'all been? How y'all doing? I hope everybody is doing well. I know, get into the lace. I mean, the light is shining on it so you can see, but if I come back here, get into the lace. Get into it. I love it. That's what Leo energy does for me, though. It just brings out this surge, this boost of, like, confidence. Terry. Jumana. Per the title, I don't know yet, but we gonna find out. I just wanted to tap in with y'all. I missed y'all. I wanted to see what was good. We'll see what this full moon in Leo. See what the ancestors had to say to us. I guess I do got downloads. Y'all want to hear the downloads? Or y'all want to get into the reading? What y'all want to do? Downloads now, reading later, reading now, downloads later. Because I think regardless, they're going to make me do the downloads. So, how y'all want it? I miss this deck. It's nothing like a good old paperback deck. The shuffle is immaculate. It just hits so different. Like, I love me a nice thick, you know what I'm saying? Like gold, metallic, down, expensive ass deck. Don't get me wrong. But it's nothing like a good old cheap ass paperback. It's just so, it's satisfying, right, Q? It's something that's so satisfying about this. All right, downloads now. Let me cut this light off so it's not shining. Downloads now. What do we have? Standing on business and its side effects. Let's get into it. Standing on business and its side effects. Okay, so I heard through the grapevine that there is a lot of divine feminines collectively standing on business. Okay? And this is going to be a huge shift in the relationship sector, in the dating pool, in the dynamics as we know it. Now, this is what's fucked up, right? Like, this download probably sounds so, like, lighthearted and in the light, but it's really in the dark, and I'm about to show you why. What's so fucked up is a lot of people are standing on business with their current partners. And this is going to cause the great separation. I was a part of that wave last year that went through the great separation. People who have been together for long ass periods of time, they're outgrowing each other. They're coming to terms with the fact, and these are mutual decisions. Welcome to the party, Zolly. Hey, girl. Welcome to the party. Let me get this out of the way. So people who are in long-term relationships, they've been coming to the decision that this just ain't it. Something's missing. This ain't working. So, unfortunately, what I've been channeling is some of y'all divine counterparts were caught up in other situations. And this standing on business some of you, it's two ways of people standing on business. Some people are standing on business because they really done. Some people are standing on business because they want a cause and then an effect. So they want standing on business to be a cause, and they want their person to somehow be affected by it. Ultimately, you're not done with that person. I'm talking to the people who are standing on business and are done. You are creating a new normal for the dating pool. You are creating a new boundary, a new standard that I don't feel like our generation of women have held. We all over the place. None of us have this idea of what it is that we genuinely expect from men, and as a result, when it's too hard over here, men just go over there where it's easy. Because none of us have a standard where it's just a norm that this is what it is and this is what it's going to be. So for those individuals standing on business, they're part of the great separation. They're moving on to greener pastures. They're seeing what else is out there. They're realizing that something that they were in was just not it, and there's nothing wrong with that, because that person is going to be great for somebody else. That's also a part of this great separation. That's finally back in the dating pool and will come into alignment with their reflection. That's no longer your reflection. So, yeah, I can turn it down. Sorry, y'all. I was cranking out at first. I didn't realize it was that loud. So, a lot of these side effects is going to create a new standard, but it's not for your previous person, it's for your new person. So the standing on business as a collective of divine feminine is creating a new standard for your new divine counterpart. It's not necessarily for you to have this cause and this effect for this old person to come back. And if that's where you are, that's why you're standing on business, is because you still care and you still want this person and you want to see things change. Then just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play games with you, them, and your mind and your heart. Just say that shit. That's not really standing on business. But to those people who are realizing that these niggas been getting away with the bare minimum. One thing that we can say about our grandmama's generation, they may not have been happy, but guess what? They had a fucking standard. They had a standard. They had a collective understanding of an expectation of masculinity within their communities. And that is what I believe allowed our generation to be here today. That's what allowed us to thrive. That's what continued the bloodline, because they had a standard. And what we're realizing in the dating pool nowadays is there are some who have standards, and then there are some who don't. There are some men who are okay with keeping up to par with what the standards are, and then there are some men who say this is too hard and I'm gonna just go down here. So women as a collective, this standing on business, its side effect is us having some type of mutual understanding that this is something we all have to do. Everybody has to stand on business. This is not where she doing it but she not. Okay? Everybody has to know their worth. Everybody has to practice self-love. Everybody has to pour into themselves first and foremost. Everybody has to decenter men, y'all, in order for this shit to work. It can't be just one wave of individuals doing it and then the next not. That's not gonna fix. That's not a solution to our problem. I don't believe that that's the resolution that we're seeking. So I believe that the decentering of men is causing this great separation. Men no longer can just come and say, here's my money and here's my muscle and do everything. That's no longer enough. So now men have to dig a little deeper and figure out what makes them a decent human being, and what makes them likable, and what makes them lovable. And these are things, unfortunately, that men have not been conditioned and programmed to dive deep enough to understand. These are actually things that men are programmed to block off because it's stemming from some aspect of an emotional understanding of thyself. So if we all collectively make that a standard, that men have to have an emotional stability, an emotional understanding, an emotional intelligence, guess what all men are going to do? They're going to do that, whatever the standard is. Guess why? Because men cannot be alone like women can. The happiest people on this planet are married men and single women. Married women are not happy, and single men are not happy. Men cannot be lonely. Women have found so much peace within their solitude because women outside of romantic relationships and romantic companionship can create intimate spaces with other women. I can go cry on my friend's lap. I can go cuddle with my mama. That is a normal thing. We don't see nothing wrong with that. So even when there's a lack of romantic intimacy, I am not lacking intimate spaces because women have created that amongst ourselves. Men don't have that. In a room full of men, there's a lack of intimacy because of the patriarchal programming. So women don't feel lonely the same way that men feel lonely. Men need that feminine companionship more than they want to admit that shit or not. And that's why you see that urge, that primal urge, no matter what, to cheat. You see infidelity, you see men with multiple women because they need that shit. They crave that companionship, that feminine companionship, whereas women, because of what comes with companionship with men, some of us standing on business is prioritizing our peace more than our comfort. It might be comfortable that he pay all the bills. It might be comfortable that he take good care of you. It might be comfortable that he you don't want or you don't need for nothing, but at the expense of your peace. So men, a lot of men think that they're competing with like the top percentile of men in regards to dating and pursuing women, when the harsh reality of it is you're competing with women in the solitude that they create by themselves or amongst themselves within their own little bubbles as a feminine sorority, as a feminine sisterhood. That's what men are genuinely competing with. So when you take mind you, we couldn't even get a damn bank account until the 1970s, all right? There was so much codependency on men. Now, when you take that codependency, you take that control away. Men don't know how to properly operate in masculinity amongst relationships without that control. We have to teach them a new normal. You don't have to control us to love us. You don't have to control us to be with us. But the more that we center men, meaning I could have a fucking PhD, y'all. Let me tell you something. I got a lot of credentials. My family know about these credentials. I got me a lot of certifications. I'm still pursuing my education, all right? None of that shit matters because I am not married and I ain't got no kids yet. And on societal's clock, a bitch is old. Like I'm dried up and I'm shriveled. My uterus ain't shit just because I'm 29. I'm not even 30. But it's the expectation of my body. It's the expectation of women within society to center men and to do these things because that's your autonomy. That's what makes you a damn good woman. That's what makes you fulfilled. That's your purpose, apparently. So a huge part of this standing on business and decentering of men, women are maneuvering just like men are. What do we tell our sons? Go make a name for yourself. Go get your education. Go figure out who you want to be in this world. And then go find a wife. And then go start a family. Well, shit, I came across a post on TikTok that was saying that women are buying, the number one, single women specifically, are the number one consumers of real estate right now. We buying all the new houses. We're the people. We're the new homeowners. Because we just doing the same damn thing. Men have not lived to center women. They've lived to center themselves. This new normal, this standing on business is just women doing the same damn thing, y'all. Just putting yourself in the center of your life and then allowing what else externally decides to revolve around it to revolve around it. The reality of it is every 1 in 4 black women is going to get married. So if you live your life feeling as though everything starts with marriage, everything starts with this said husband, you ain't living. Only every 1 in 4 black women is gonna get married. This is our harsh reality because black men are amongst every other race combined married outside of their race. So our men are not, only every 1 in 4 black women is gonna get a ring put on their finger, is gonna walk down that aisle and have that ceremony before God. A lot of people believe that it stems from self-hatred. To each its own. To each its own. I believe that all men seek power. And when you look at the world and the power structure of the world, it is a white supremacist power structure. So unfortunately, when that black man is seeking such said power in a patriarchal system, I can see why he would go after his woman. Because that should make him feel, it make him feel like he got a little muscle. It make him feel like I'm that nigga. Like, I can see. I can see because of the way that the world is structured. I can see. So, standing on business is like a theme for 2024. The great separation, I feel like, has occurred at the end of 2023, and it's still like in its effect. A lot of people are severing. And you want to know what's so fucked up and dark about it? The person that's breaking up is probably your husband. The person that's leaving a relationship is probably your wife. Okay? Some of these people have really outgrown each other. And the person that you're meant to come into alignment with is like newly single type shit. It's like fresh out of a relationship. It's like tying up loose ends right now. It sounds crazy, but that's what I've been channeling. Like a lot of y'all have been single for said long period of time because your person wasn't even available to you to come into contact with. You going to the grocery store thinking you're supposed to bump into said person. That person they ain't got eyes for you right now, or didn't have eyes for you then. So this ain't one of them toxic ass YouTube tarot readings where it's like your person in a relationship, you need to go get them. No, you need to wait for your motherfucking person to get out of a goddamn relationship. That's what Jazz is saying. You need to wait for that person to tie up their loose ends. You need to wait for them to organically and naturally come into alignment and contact with you. But I'm telling you the reason why you probably haven't found that person. That person was caught up in some shit that they had to finish up, that they had to learn and grow through. And everything that y'all have been through is just making you a damn good, better, partner for your next person. I just heard Drake practice. Like, all them other niggas was practice, pretty much. And then I channeled certain healing begins within this union. So a lot of you guys have come to this plateau. A lot of you guys have come to this halt. I see like a literal yield or like a stop sign in the spirit realm as far as your healing journey is concerned. And there is a person that's coming into your life, and healing begins with them. There are certain parts of your soul that you do not have the keys to, but there are certain parts of your soul that you have spiritually contracted to come into alignment with people who do have the keys to it. And when you come into alignment with these people, they catapult a part of your healing process that you couldn't do by yourself. They open the door to some of these traumas, and they walk you through it. They safe space that shit with you. And I feel like the reason why you couldn't do it by yourself is because they're involved. They're a part of it. You need something from them to help you through this. So some of you guys have felt like, it's like the calm before the storm almost. The eye of the storm, whatever the case may be. Y'all know what I'm saying. Some of y'all have felt like things have just kind of gotten dull. Like you kind of hit the cruise control on autopilot. Yeah, this person about to come in and co-captain the journey with you now. So hear me when I say there are people on our path that have access to us like that. They crack you wide open. They come into your life and they chisel at all of the barriers. They get into the nitty gritty. They make you break your wall down. They make you put your guard down. They get in there. But the question is, are y'all going to let them in? This is the thing. Now that you are aware that this might be the case, can you not keep motherfuckers always at elbow distance? Can you recognize the power and vulnerability of just letting somebody in one time? And I'm not sitting here saying everybody's trustworthy. I know we lived in a fucked up world. I'm just saying when you know, you know. And some of us, we avoid the healing because of how deep it feels and how heavy that shit feels. But when you know that you have somebody else right there with you, can you lean on them a little bit? It's giving lean on me, when you're not strong. All that shit. That's what it's giving. So yeah, certain healing begins within this union. Certain healing that you haven't even fathomed. Certain healing that you couldn't even think of or understand. This person just comes in and they make it look easy for you. Okay? If you allow them to. Interesting. I wrote there's still grief even when you're making the right decision for yourself. Sometimes, hold up, because we got 63 people in the building and we only have 33 thumbs up. I really miss you guys. And if you love me and miss me like I love and miss you, can we please like, share, and subscribe the video when we come in, on your way in? I humbly appreciate it. I love it here with y'all. But let's get back into this. So there is still grief even when you're making the right decision. Sometimes people prolong walking away from certain things because you hurt yourself in the process. You wait for it to feel sweet or you wait for it to feel good. But that's not always when it's time for you to walk away from some shit. Sometimes you're going to have to hurt yourself in the process of doing what's best for you or making the best decision for yourself. Sometimes you're going to have to share that pain with the person that you're removing yourself from. Yeah, it's going to hurt them to not have you, but it's going to hurt you to adjust to your new normal. It's going to hurt you to go through the motions. It's going to hurt you to detach and to separate, ultimately. Sometimes making the best decision for you don't always feel good immediately. Sometimes making the best decision for you has to feel good later down the line. Some of y'all are in that mist where it still feels like self-sabotage. Because maybe that person is one phone call away. Maybe the problems don't seem so big that it's broken and it seems fixable. No, bitch, you tried to fix that shit. You know good and goddamn well and ain't no goddamn way you can fix that shit. It just hurts to know that you can't fix it. Call it by its name. It don't really hurt to separate. It don't really hurt to protect your peace. It don't really hurt to do what you feel like is best for you. It just hurts to know that you can't fix some shit. It just hurts to know that you gotta leave it broken. It just hurts to know that it's damaged. That's what you gotta do. You gotta call the pain by its name. Like, some of y'all know, like, standing on business is what's genuinely best for y'all. Some of y'all know that this is what is necessary and what needs to be done. Some of y'all just don't like the aftermath of what comes with your new normal. Okay? So I'm just here to tell you there's still grief even when you're making the right decision for yourself. You're not self-sabotaging yourself. You doing what's best for you, and in the process of that, you're going to experience a little discomfort as well. But you will experience the comfort you seek just at a later time down the line. Trust me, it comes. So I wrote here, women are the reason I'm single, not men. This kind of, it's pretty much the same shit. Women are the reason I'm single, not men. I'm trying to tell y'all something great. It's our fault. It's our fault. Y'all can blame men all y'all want, okay? Women are the reason I'm single. It's not men. I told y'all, like, we need some type of, we need a council. We need a council. We need this council to set the bar. And we need consequences for women who do not uphold the bar that is set, okay? Because I'm trying to tell you, men know that the women who have boundaries and who have standards, if they cannot upkeep that energy, they can just go over here to the women who don't have boundaries and who don't have standards. And then they can gaslight your ass too, to make you believe that your boundaries and your standards are too high because you got these bitches over here that's willing to do X, Y, and Z for free. Women are the reason I'm single, y'all. It's not men. Because you want to know why? What we just determined. Who can be lonely? The happiest people are married men and single women. Who can be lonely? Thank you so much, Ocean Goddess, because we allow the shit. We, us. It be us. It don't be them. Like, we could sit here and be like, these niggas do this. They be leaving their families. They be cheating. They be lying. They be scheming. They be plotting. They be manipulative. They be... Because we let them. Because we... What are we doing? We still loving their asses. We still centering their asses. We still chasing their asses. We still, it's so many pick-me's out here. So many desperados out here. It's us. Where's the standard? Where is the bar? Because it's in fucking hell if you ask me right now. And niggas are more spiritual than y'all motherfuckers realize. Niggas know that women are emotional creatures. Why do you think that they mastered the art of manipulation? They read the motherfucking room more than you do sometimes. When you in the presence of a real divine masculine, you know you don't even look both ways when you cross the street. Let's be real. But I promise you that motherfucker know it's a nigga with a white t-shirt on the right. It's a child over there with his mother on the left. It's a car coming down the street at 60 miles per hour. These motherfuckers read the room. They read the room. Y'all think these niggas not spiritual because they don't talk that shit like we do. Yeah, they may not have a vocabulary. They may not use their throat chakra. But they be in that crown and that third eye reading the room. And they read women. And they read the energy that comes with the collective of women. And the collective of women gives a desperate I-center men energy. So every time they take your ass on a date, they taking your ass to rehearsals. They taking your ass on auditions. Because whereas they raised to worry and center themselves and prioritize themselves before anybody else, guess how they know you were raised? The opposite motherfucking way. They know you was raised to nurture, to care, and to be picked, to be chosen. And they treat you accordingly. They treat you as such. They treat you like you want to be picked. They treat you like you want a roster. They treat you like you rehearsing for a role that you ain't get yet. They treat you like you're auditioning with other cast that could get that same act in the play. Where's our standard, y'all? I'm trying to tell you. The reason why I'm single is not because of men. It's because of women. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, Aunt Pearl and Grandma Shirley, they wasn't giving out kitty unless you did X, Y, and Z. Women love dick so much. Women are so traumatized. Women are so traumatized, they've been brainwashed to believe that they enjoy penetration. I wish I had my bell. Dum. I'm going to just say it louder for the ones in the back. Women have been traumatized so much that they've been believed to think that they enjoy penetration. When the harsh reality of it is they enjoy being picked. And because men get down on one knee and choose a woman, women have programmed themselves to believe that they enjoy anything that will please a man. When your vaginal canal pushes out a 5 to 10 pound baby, you cannot convince me that the same nerve endings that are on the end of a man's penis are inside of your vaginal walls. You do not experience pleasure the same way through penetration that a man experiences pleasure. Because those said same nerve endings that are on the head of a man's phallus are on your clitoris. It's not inside of your vagina. Every time you lay down through the act of penetration, it's because you're programmed to do whatever pleases a man. Because at one point in time in your bloodline, a man could come and put his motherfucking hand over your mouth and take that shit if he wanted to. Because they were programmed that you were put here to please them at one point in time. You weren't safe, you weren't protected at one point in time. So guess what your trauma, your traumatic response is? Well shit, if you want to do it anyway, I'm going to act like I enjoy it. I'm going to act like it feels good. I'm going to act like I wanted to. I'm going to act like we're doing this together. When in all reality, I'm doing this for you. All that moaning and shit when you know it don't feel like that, that's for you and your enjoyment and your pleasure and your nut, ultimately. That's how deep our trauma is when it comes to these niggas. The centering of men runs so deep. Half of these bitches walking this plane of existence would do anything for a man. Anything! You hear me? Anything for a nigga. And that's why we don't have no sisterhood. We don't have no sorority. We don't have no camaraderie. Bitches don't know how to come together and do shit. Because We all in competition with each other for a nigga. For a man. The same niggas that we created is the ones that we worship. You come for me, but I worship you. Can't tell me that's not a trauma response, y'all. From being weaker than them, from being overpowered by them, from being beaten by them, from being raped by them. You can't tell me that's not a trauma response, y'all. You can't tell me that's not a trauma response. The centering of men is just a trauma response. Well, shit, if I act like I'm on the bandwagon, then I'm a part of the victors and not the victims. Yeah. So I pray for the day. I actually see the day where all women stand on business. This is not a we don't like men. This is not a we don't love men. We love y'all niggas. We just want to be loved back. Come on now. That's it. That's all. This is not a bashing of men. This is the reality we live in. And if one person say, okay, maybe not. If two people say it, okay, y'all got something in common. Three people say it, it might be a coincidence. But if every bitch is saying the same shit, come on. Like, we literally dominate the plastic surgery industry. We got women dying on the table, y'all. And then you got the woman with the best of the best baddies. Cardi B cheated on. Meg Thee Stallion cheated on. Beyonce cheated on. You got J-Lo cheated on. Guess what, women? It don't matter what you do to compete with the next bitch. It don't change the niggas in the world unless we do. Unless we create a new standard. Unless we... Come on now. Halle Berry cheated on. Come on. Madame Chakra Flowetry. Halle Berry? Come on. J-Lo cheated on. What are we doing? We putting our lives on the line, thinking it puts us at the top of the line as far as competition is concerned when it comes to our fellow sisters for these niggas. Because you can say you're doing it for yourself all you want. You're not. Because you want to know why lesbians don't get plastic surgery? Because women who love genuinely other women don't give a fuck what your body look like. These titties was meant to feed your kids. And your body is beautiful the way that it was created. We do it for the male gaze. And we can sit here and we can deny it all we want. But the censoring of men has put women in compromised positions where they're willing to put their lives on the line for the male gaze. To be at the top of the motherfucking line to get picked. That's what we doing? Y'all know the ancestors rolling over in their graves, right? Because we was walking around titties sagging, long ass, naked. Everybody's body was beautiful. And what was beautiful about it is that nobody's body looked the same. That's what made it beautiful. It's the fact that none of us look the same. Now all of us look the same. All of us is looking the same. I love my little titties now. Y'all remember when I was so insecure about my little titties? Find you a real nigga. That real nigga gonna make you love your little titties. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I love my little titties now. When you find a real nigga who love natural women and natural bodies and appreciate just natural, just being yourself. That's it. You gonna fall in love with whatever them insecurities is. You're not gonna want to nip and tuck your body no more. You just gotta find a real nigga, because the reality of it is, yeah, BBL culture is trending. All of the plastic surgery is trending, but them niggas rent those women. They don't buy those women. Hear me when I say they will fuck those women. They won't marry those women. So it's all in what you want. Do you want to be fucked for the rest of your life, or do you want to settle down? Because it's visual, and men are visual. But that visual shit is temporary. You hear me? It's very temporary. Prioritizing emotional and spiritual connections over physical attributes. That's all 2024, y'all. All 2024. Shout out to you, Renee. A lot of us is looking at like everything that glitters ain't gold. A lot of these niggas that look good got the most healing to do. Everything that glitters ain't gold. Shit, a lot of these pretty ass bitches that look good got the most healing to do. Like, what's beneath the surface is pretty much where relationships and dating and the dating pool is going. Like, yeah, it look good, but what's underneath all that? You know? And taking the time to genuinely, thoroughly understand what's underneath all that. Y'all just downloaded and wrapped y'all up for 36 minutes. We're going to bless our reading. We're going to tap in. We're going to see what's good, what's tea with this full moon and Leo energy. All praise is due to the Most High. Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, ascended masters. Mother God, Father God, I ask that you utilize me as a humble vessel. Fill me up with divine love, divine light, divine lessons, divine blessings, divine guidance, divine intuition for myself and for my beautiful soul family. I ask that you fill us up until we overflow, mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. I shade to the ancestors. I eat bobo to my lineage. I'm moon to the originals. I feel the need to say my other prayer in Creole. Toute gloire mwen bay bon Dieu. Merci pour sang qui nan ven mwen. Bon nan pou mou mwen. Conscience nan tête mwen. Et l'amour nan kem. Mwen rekonsant pour ancestres avec loyauté. Et dim réussi tout potentiel. Excusez-moi pour ça mwen pa konnen. Sans pri et dim grandi nan esprit. Couvrez-moi avec force. Protégez-moi avec grâce. Vire doulem pour victoire. Guide marche moins lent tout problème. Continuez guérir toute maladie. Délivrez-moi sorti dans n'importe obstacle qui a cherché si spawn destination. Bon zam que moi besoin pour combattre tout ennemi yo. Ak capacité pour protéger la paix moi. Non mi temps en pile erreur moi te fait. Sans prix pardonnez parce que c'est petit tout. Continuez juger d'après petit. Pitié nan kem. Même Jean moi naviguer expérience moi. Merci pour l'amour, santé, family avec la vie, aïe bobo. All right, y'all. First thing first, what should we expect, ancestors? Energetic. What is the full moon in Leo bringing? What should we expect? I miss y'all too. Trust me when I say my absence is not wanted. I just be having a lot of shit going on, y'all. Like, if I told y'all my day-to-day schedule, I be trying to fit everything in, and I know I've been sacrificing the channel, but a bitch will graduate this year. At least I'm graduating with one of my majors this year, so I'll be finishing with massage therapy this year, and I'll be finishing with assistant physical therapy next year. So I know that that's going to alleviate a lot of my time, and I'm not going to have to sacrifice as much of the channel that I've been sacrificing since I started school. So I'm really looking forward to finishing massage therapy and being able to open up that service to all of my soul family within the DMV area. It's going to be lit, okay? I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be lit. And obviously, anybody who wants to fly me out, just buy my ticket, same prices. I'm coming to you. It's going to be lit. So either way, that's going to alleviate my time because I will no longer be double majoring. I'll just have one major, and I think I'll definitely be able to factor going live more consistently again. Ancestors, what should we expect? Full moon in Leo. What's the energy reading? What's coming in? I love y'all. Thank y'all so much because I feel super supported. I feel the support. I genuinely feel it. But yeah, if y'all want to fly the kid out, just book my ticket. You can still get these hands, okay? These hands is rated E for everybody. Just book my ticket. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be offering a variety of different things, including like scar reformication, trauma touch therapy. It's gonna be lit. You said come to Texas. I've never been to Texas. One thing I will say is I gotta move around the U.S. a little more. Every time I think vacation, I think outside of the continent. So yeah, I need to move around. I definitely need to move around the U.S. a little bit more. So Destiny been talking about doing a tour. So we'll see. I might have an excuse to move around. We got two that came out in regards to what should we expect. Interesting. We got oil and water. I told y'all, standing on business, standing on business. Something just don't work. It don't matter how you spin it, how you flip it, how you mix it. It don't matter how you come back to it, how you start it over. It don't matter how many breaks you take and how many. Something here is like oil and water. Y'all can keep dancing around it. Y'all can keep trying and failing. Y'all can keep on keeping on. But Spirit is going to keep showing you that you oil and they water. And every time you try to fuse the two, biologically, it'll never happen. Something here just don't mix. Something here just ain't. It ain't for you. It might be for somebody else. Let oil go be with oil so that water can be with waters. Because oils have been out here blocking waters from finding other waters. Let oils go be with oils. Let them. Let them. I'm trying to tell you. Oil and water don't mix no matter how much you try to make it happen. It's just not going to happen. Some of y'all have come to the realization we are different. We are not the same. We don't move the same. We don't act the same. And you can't change that. And you have to accept that. One person is oil, the other person is water. Just say unable to reconnect at the moment. Can y'all see me? Your hair's so long, Zawa. Can y'all see me? Okay. My screen just blinked and came back. But yeah, something just don't mix. You can't change this person. You cannot make them water like you. They were born oil, all right? And for anybody who's oil, you can't make them oil like you. They were born water. Sometimes you can learn how to coexist with each other's differences, but if the differences are too big for coexisting, then you have to separate the two. And that's what's happening. Two things that can no longer coexist are being separated. I want to get this out the book. But we also got another energy here. Forever a phoenix. I promise you, a lot of y'all know through your life experiences just how much you was made to always bounce back. It don't matter how many times this world burn your ass up and put you on fire and you rise from the ashes every fucking time. Don't ever get it twisted. You was built to bounce back from a lot of these situations and these circumstances. You just don't give yourself enough credit for being this said phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all do feel like you gotta burn the place down now. Everything gotta go. Everything gotta go. Not realizing it's because you genuinely built to bounce back from all this shit. So burn the shit down. Burn the whole house. Not literally. Because some of y'all crazy. Like, not, but burn it. Burn the foundation. Burn the experience. Burn the energy. Burn the karmic tie. Burn it. Burn all. Everything gotta go. Because you built to bounce back from it. You are. Please don't take what I say literal. Because some of y'all real life crazy. Okay? And that's not what I mean. That is not. Alright? Don't do it. Fuck around, do it, and be like, but Jazz said, nope, no she didn't. No she didn't. I want to get oil and water out the book. Alright, y'all, this is what's coming in. It's giving a separation. I kind of came into this reading with the download of like the great separation. It's funny, but it's not funny. What's not funny about it is like people who have genuinely been together for a long ass time are learning how to live without each other. But what is funny about it is how soon niggas about to get in other relationships, because that's literally what was waiting to happen. It was never going to be karmic. You were never going to date this person while they were in a relationship with somebody else and vice versa. But you wasn't really supposed to date nobody else. So you kind of had to wait it out, or vice versa, however this resonates. Although fun went together, some people will truly never mix. Both respectable in their own right, their mutual enjoyment, for whatever reason, is always short-lived. One could force the swirl continuously, however, it would never truly be an equal blend of the two. And with resistance at the center of this connection, there are times when honestly each party should be separated. It is one of those times now. I got shea butter all on my hands. Y'all see the grease. It says, in regards to another platonic person, even though you may find this person enjoyable, there are times the two of you simply don't mix. If this is one of those times, create a firm yet graceful boundary. Your personal desires in this partnership are important too. In regards to a romantic relationship, a disagreement within the union could be causing some separation. Allow the fluidity to stabilize before you decide to mix on that subject again. In regards to yourself, you may have mixed emotions about an action or person. If the energy around this action or person is volatile, consider waiting for it to stabilize before making your decision. Interesting. I'm trying to tell y'all can keep trying to change somebody all you want. All they gonna keep showing you is just how much of them that they are at the end of the day. Yeah. I'm trying to change them. Oil has a purpose in this world, just like water has a purpose in this world. Don't try to change who they are. Forever a phoenix. Sometimes you can't save it. It's one of them one-liners. Sometimes you can't save it. Sometimes you can. But this card is saying that sometimes you can't save it. Sometimes you have to take what's left and what lessons you have learned and simply just watch the rest burn to the ground. For at this moment, it is time to be a phoenix rising from your own ashes and regenerate yourself anew. Have courage and use your internal vision to complete a graceful stride through the sea of emotions. The sun shall light a path for you to place that is both lush and abundant, but you must take every physical step. And for that tiny seed that you are carrying, it will be all you need to start again. I love that. I love that for us. And for that tiny seed that you are carrying, it will be all you need to start again. And may the lessons of this ending bless the nurturing of this new and more glorious beginning in purification and abundance. So without fear, start fresh, for it is now your time to be the phoenix and shine. At this time, it is a time to accept an ending already in progress. There is nothing you can do to save what was. So it's time to save yourself and go towards what will be. Your future will be bright should you learn to exit at the right time. A more abundant path awaits you. So let this go so you can grow. Ashe, clarify oil and water ancestors. What is giving oil and water energy in the collective's lives right now? What's not meshing? What's not mixing? Anxiety is in the way. Like, I can't even. What is not mixing? What is not meshing right now? What is giving oil and water energy in the collective's life? The Ace of Pentacles. Some of y'all are giving up on an opportunity. It's an opportunity that's linked to stability here. Some of y'all know good and goddamn well that you don't really like that job. It just pays the bills, and it probably pays real good, but it's at the expense of your own personal happiness or your morals or your values. Some of y'all don't even like that nigga or love that nigga, but that nigga takes care of you in a way that you don't want to necessarily give up because it's just stable. It's not happy, but it's stable. Something about your wants not mixing with your needs in this moment. Yeah, stability might be handled in regards to this, but everything else has to be compromised in the process. So some of y'all have been considering leaving very stable, lucrative careers to pursue your dreams because you realize it's no longer worth the expense of what you're lacking anymore. Some of y'all are leaving long-term stable relationships because you realize you would rather go get a job and just pay all your bills to have everything else that you don't get with this partnership. You might get stability and nothing else. So some of you guys are realizing that the type of comfort and stability that you genuinely want for yourself don't mix with something that you currently have in your life. And I do feel like with this low ass page of pentacles at the bottom of the deck, it could be revolved around an immature energy. Something that is immature to you now. Something that you may have outgrown. What is this forever Phoenix energy? What is the collective? First of all, what are they burning? What's burning? The Seven of Cups. No more illusions, no more confusions. I just heard if you know, you know. If you know, you know. The Seven of Cups was at one point in time, you ain't know what the fuck was going on. Now, if you know, you know. Y'all burning down all the lies. Y'all burning down all of the cloud, all of the illusion. Can't nobody pull a wool over your eyes no more. Okay? Y'all can really see clear. Because there was some King of Cups who knew how to pull on your heartstrings real good. There was this King of Cups who knew how to emotionally manipulate you. Because you do have a big heart, and because you are soft, and because you are very vulnerable, and because you are very giving. There was this King of Cups who knew how to love bomb the shit out of you, and it caused illusions. It made you question if you were genuinely seeing this person for who they were, or if the bullshit that was coming out their mouth was the truth or not. Y'all burning down the whole fucking facade. It's no longer affecting you. I just love, let me tell you what I love. When I started talking about the love messages, so many people left. And it just kind of confirms what we was talking about in the beginning as far as like people decentering men. Like I don't know yet what's coming out, y'all. This is just what's coming out. So I'm not trying to do like a love reading. But I love the fact that so many people was just like 30 people left. Some people was just like, this ain't for me, Jazz, but I'll probably come back later. Like, this ain't my message. I'm here for that, though. Like, I'm here for that. I really didn't know that these messages was going to come out like this. But let's move on. So the next question, ancestors, what are we doing correctly? What are we doing correctly right now? Because a lot of us like to get our flowers while we're still here. So if you may, let us know what should we keep on doing because you really like how we're doing it and we're doing it very well. What are we doing correctly? Speak to our hearts, speak to our souls, ancestors. What are we doing correctly? What's being done right? Make a change. I love this. A lot of you guys aren't afraid of the uncomfortability that comes with change. It says welcome change into your life because a lot of you guys have become bored. Okay? A lot of y'all have become bored. A lot of y'all are ready for new energy. A lot of y'all are ready for new beginnings. A lot of you guys are willing to go through the growth spurt. It's not uncomfortable. Even if it is uncomfortable, you just welcome the uncomfortability. It's like, all right, I'm going from being a professional to being a novice at something. I'm going to, I'm going back to the drawing board for something. I'm new at something. I'm inviting something new in. I'm willing to try new things. I'm willing to do something differently. Like this is the openness, the willingness, the optimism when it comes to change. Whereas before, change used to be very, very scary. Because once we created our little bubbles, we like to stay in our little bubbles. Now we kind of break the bubble. We expand the bubble every chance we get. We can grow this bubble. This bubble don't have to remain this enclosed. It can grow with us. So I want to see what these changes are, ancestors. It says make a change and welcome change and see a light. What changes are being made? Speak to our hearts, speak to our souls. What changes are being made in the collective's life right now? The 9 of Cups. I love this. A lot of y'all are going after your wish fulfillment. I told y'all, remember something felt very scary about change at one point in time. And it's because a lot of y'all wishes seem so big. Your dreams are so big that they scared the shit out of you at one point in time. Now your dreams are so big, it just makes you want to go more towards them. It wows you. It infatuates you. The potential itself. The fear we used to have is symbolic of this snake. It was this invisible barrier that was between us and this 9 of Cups, this wish fulfillment. So a lot of you guys have dismantled this invisible barrier, this snake here. So when you remove the snake, what's really standing in between him and getting his woman? Nothing. When you remove the illusion, what's really standing in between him going after her? Nothing. A lot of y'all are removing the illusion. The snake is non-existent. It's a figment of your imagination. You've created this fear when it comes to the changes that you seek. But you never stop reaching for it. You never stop aiming for it. You never stop striving towards it. You just created this illusion that it was unattainable. So you making room for change is making room for the barriers that you've created between you and your wish fulfillment to go away as well. You welcoming it in and all of the uncomfortability that comes with it. I love this. Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Just be vulnerable with the shit. That's what she's trying to say. Like, just be vulnerable with it. Ancestors, what are we doing wrong? What are we doing wrong? Because you can't tell us what we're doing right without telling us what we're doing wrong. What are we doing wrong that's got y'all giving us this bombastic side eye? Like, we don't have it all figured out. So what are we doing wrong? What are we doing wrong, ancestors? What do we need help with? What do we need to correct right now? I gotta get this out the book because I don't get it. I get it, but I feel like there's more messages to it. We have Nana Buluku. One, we're gonna get her out the book because each one reach one. I don't quite know who she is, and I'm sure she's a very important goddess amongst the African diaspora. Secondly, her message to us is seasons. My question to them was, what are we doing wrong? I don't think a lot of us ebb and flow and move with the seasons like Earth do. Like, a lot of y'all still celebrated y'all New Year January 1st, and yeah, that's the new fiscal year, but then you wondering why energetically nothing really feels like it's shifted for you. And that's because energetically the shift happens for Mother Earth in spring season and Aries season. And I feel like if we can start to shape and mold and model our lives to be more cohesive with the mother, okay, the mother of all mothers, all right, which is Gaia, I feel like it puts us in some type of different alignment with the seasons and with ourselves, because we're just a reflection of it too. How many of y'all are experiencing colder climates and experiencing seasonal depression? How many of us have to take supplemental vitamin D3 and other things just to compensate for the lack of sunlight and how it affects our vessels? So there's something about the seasons that also affect the humans. The humans are affected by the seasons is what I hear. So we're doing something wrong here. Look at the animals. Bitches is supposed to be hibernating. You is supposed to be in the house eating and stuffing your face and getting a little fat and thick and putting on weight during this season, okay? I'm getting chunky right now. I don't give a fuck, all right? Like, I ain't got no abs. Who cares? Who cares? All right? We supposed to be hibernating if we're in colder climates. But they still got us out here rat racing this shit, waking up, putting on layers and hats and scarves and gloves and coats to go work 8-hour shifts, whether it's school or work. We not supposed to be doing this shit. We supposed to be underground in our bunkers, stuffing our faces, binge watching shit, just hibernating, chilling, stress free. But no, that's not the case. So I think we've been doing this wrong. Something about the seasons. Let's get her out the book though. I want to know who she is. I want to know who she is. You said it's flat. It's flat. I ain't got no ab. Okay, the abs gonna poke because I haven't really eaten yet. But if you know, you know. I usually stay very, very lean. But I just want to point out that is not healthy. I know I said this in another reading. I don't like when people compliment my abs per se. I know I work hard for them. But abs are made in the kitchen, y'all. We all have abs. If you see somebody's abs pop, it is just a testament to their body fat percentage, okay? So yes, going to the gym might give you an advantage as far as a lower body fat percentage, but the harsh reality of it is women who have that abdominal muscle definition and physique and structure are not healthy. We're supposed to maintain way more body fat percentage on our body for reproductive purposes, and it typically accumulates in the midsection area to coat and cover and protect the uterus just in case we conceive a child. So I'm happy that I'm got a little fat, you know, covering the muscle, coating and protecting the uterus, because it's telling me internally my hormones are way more in balance, which makes my internal health way more healthy than when you see that picture where my abs is popping and the illusion that I'm just this healthy bitch that works out. No, I'm an unhealthy bitch with a hormonal imbalance. Little do you know, perception is not always reality, right? This is probably more healthy for me than any other physique that I've ever built. So women who have a lot of abdominal structure in their muscle tonnage, it's typically a reflection of some type of issue in the endocrine system. And it's not always healthy. Men, on the other hand, yeah, that's cool. That's fine. They peak in testosterone. They can be very lean in their midsection area. They don't have to carry fucking babies, right? But women do. So even me and you having a little pouch and a little pudge and a little love handle, that's normal. Society telling you that when you sit, that shit ain't supposed to fold, that's not normal. That is abnormal. That is bullshit. All right? I call bullshit. You're supposed to sit, and your skin, your fascia, your tissue, your muscles, all of that good fat under it is supposed to fold. It's supposed to roll. And it's supposed to be soft. All right? Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Period. What was I doing? Getting her out the book. All right, y'all. Nana Baluku, the goddess of seasons, originating from Benin. The temple is the threshold of the guardians. Her element is air. Nana Baluku is the most high, supreme being, primordial mother, grandmother of all the Orisha deities. And Dahomi's wise woman, herbalist, and healer. It says you have entered a new cycle that is very old. Allow yourself to become present. Trust in divine timing. Don't be in such a hurry. There are no shortcuts here. Are you ready for a new beginning? You are in or entering a new season that will force you to evolve. This is a time of major transition. You are not stuck. You are holding on to patterns. Change can be terrifying. Allow yourself to be mentored. When you choose a new path, you are ripe for self-sabotage. A commitment test from the universe may pop up to delay this new pathway. Stay the course. Your time is now. Our declaration from her is, I am limitless. I'm a 3-time that shit. I am limitless. I am limitless. Sorry, y'all, my music stopped. So what are we doing?
Right now, you can get free delivery from Papa John's with minimum purchase. That's right.
I'm getting free promotion right
Papa
now.
John's favorites when you order on the Papa John's app or online. Better ingredients, better pizza.
So yeah, I don't feel the need to clarify her. She said what she said.
Even when the world pulls
She read what she read. I don't think we need to really clarify her too much. What other questions do I want to ask? We asked, what should we expect? Forever a phoenix, oil and water. What are we doing correct? Making changes, welcoming changes into our lives. What are we doing wrong? She said what she said. Something about the season. I want to do what needs more of our focus. Ancestors, what needs more of our focus? Let's use the mermaids. What needs more of our focus in this moment? Speak to our hearts. Speak to our souls. What's in need of more of our focus right now? What do we need to turn our gaze toward? What do we need to focus on? Y'all, what y'all think came out? What do y'all think came out? What do we need to focus on? What do y'all think we need to focus on? Before I tell y'all why I'm so giddy. What do y'all think we need to turn our focus towards? And pay more attention to? What would y'all expect the ancestors to say? Self, okay, self. I would expect that of them too. Ethereal elevation, self. That's predictable. Madame said the Hierophant. Interesting. That's all y'all got for me? Self. Okay, Kafira. Sorry, babes. Self. That's predictable to them, right? You would expect that. I got something for that ass. Falling in love? What? Kissing the divine in another, in yourself. What? That's how they feel. Alright, y'all. I told you. The great separation. A lot of y'all are gonna find your person. Look at the depiction. This is very, it gives organic, it gives natural, it gives authentic, it just happened, it gives we weren't even looking, it gives where did you come from, it gives where you been all my life. All right, it gives a lot of things. It just gives like we didn't mean for this to happen. It just happened. You know? It just happened. I didn't expect for this. It just did. So, as far as what we need to focus on more is partnerships. And if not partnerships, companionship is very important. A lot of y'all are going to be falling in love and finding love and learning how to maneuver with the unconditional love frequency, because I believe it's new to a lot of people. A lot of people are familiar with loving with conditions, but a lot of people are teaching themselves how to love unconditionally. And it started through the journey of loving yourself unconditionally, because the harsh reality of it is, as much as we want to sit here and deny it, we only love others to the capacity and through the lens of the love that we hold and give to ourselves every goddamn day. Some of us have been lacking self-love so bad that we have hurt, harmed, and injured the people around us. We don't even know how to sustain the people closest to us because we are hurting and damaging ourselves every day. So many people have embarked on this journey of learning how to nurture and care and love on themselves, mind, body, and soul. You think the universe not about to send you somebody that's been doing the same shit? That's how this shit work, y'all. That's how this shit work. Now I want to talk about reflections a little bit, because there's something in the spiritual community that I believe causes a lot of spiritual psychosis. Um, Everybody's gonna be attracted to a spiritual being. Everybody is going to be attracted to a spiritual being. And attraction does not always equate vibrational match. You as a spiritual being have to prioritize and practice the art of discernment, so much so that you know when a motherfucker is just attracted to you or is a vibrational match to your soul. And you have to use discernment as well to know when you are operating in your lower nature and when you are just attracted to somebody, or you are in complete vibrational match and alignment with somebody. Some of you guys don't know how to differentiate the fact that the moth still goes towards the light regardless if the light kills its ass or not. It is attracted to that bitch at the expense of killing itself. It's so much shit that's going to be attracted to your light. That don't mean that it's in alignment with it. So practice the art of discernment. And I say practice because you're going to have to practice that shit. You get good at a violin when you practice. You get good at a sport when you practice. You get good at things when you practice. Some of y'all need to practice with the people in your life right now how to discern who's here for what. What you here to do with me? What you here to do for me? Because I'm starting to come to the conclusion that unconditional love might be a facade if none of us choose to practice it with ourselves. The only true unconditional love that we will probably experience on this planet, if we don't realize it's an internal mission, is when we see a mother to a child. And if we got to maneuver like that, then we got to come to the conclusions that we've been loving each other with conditions. And I think it's okay to need something from your partner. If you find somebody that you can benefit from and that can benefit from you, maybe that is a form of unconditional love. Because if you really think about it, the truest form of unconditional love is going to be a mother to a child and a child to a mother. So we got to learn how to really love one another and fall in love with one another. Then we need to come into alignment with people who will only add value to what it is that we already got going on in our lives. So even if you meet me here where I am, at least you ain't taking me 10 steps backwards. If you meet me a little bit above, at least you can help me climb up with you. And when I get here, I can help you go to the next level. However that works, y'all, this is what needs more focus, falling in love. I feel the need to get it off the book. Might as well. One time for the one time, right? It says kissing the divine in another, in yourself. That's why you can't really expect the mother that beat the shit out her kids or treat her kids like shit to do any better when you genuinely reflect on how she treats herself every day. You can't really expect the woman that talks to her nigga that way to genuinely do any different when you see her internal dialogue that she had with herself every day. If we don't prioritize kissing the divine in ourselves a little better and a little more every day, we shouldn't even be looking at loving on the divine in anybody else. And if you don't see that divine energy within yourself, how can you even identify it in anybody else that comes into your life? If you don't treat yourself divine, how can you go out there and know what to do with anybody else in your care, in your possession, in your arms? It all starts with self, y'all. You are your guinea pig. You are your practice dummy. You are. And some of y'all be like, oh, I cut everybody off. I'm going through a phase where I ain't got no friends. That is true for a lot of the collective. You want to know why? Because we are going through a phase where the divine, the universe, is not letting hurt people no more. If you're going to hurt anybody, it's going to be your goddamn self. You're going to hurt yourself. Until you figure out how to how to go into this world and spread unconditional love, because that's all you know now. That's all you taught yourself. You are your first guinea pig in this experiment. Everybody else is just coming into the chaos that you create or the peace that you create. One or the other. So some of you guys be like, oh, I cut everybody off, everybody fell off. What if I'm here to tell you that the universe took everybody from you? What if the universe removed everybody from you because they were vulnerable in your care? They were fragile, too fragile to be near you. Some of y'all love the narcissistic thought process of, I cut everybody off for my peace and I ain't got nobody because I had to move on and they weren't moving with me. It sound good. But I'm going to tell you one thing for sure, two things for certain. I went through something very traumatic in my life during 2016. Something that made me look at God and be like, you don't exist. And I don't know if you cover me. And I don't know if I fuck with you. And why would you take something from me that I could never get back in? And I was a toxic bitch. And the me now can look back on the me then and realize that the universe took a lot of people from me because of what I would have done to them in my care. Because of the pain that I was processing, because of the selfishness that I was experiencing at the time. The universe took their children away from me, not the other way around. The universe took people out of my life because of what I could have potentially done to them. I could have fucked them over 10 times worse. I could have made their shit way worse. And that's the level of self-awareness that I believe that we need to achieve the level of self-love and unconditional love within ourselves. Higher self and shadow, angels and demons. Half of the collective is still running from their demons instead of asking them what's their name. What you here to do? How can I help you serve me? When did we meet each other? In which lifetime did we get it wrong? Is this the one we supposed to get it right? You got a plan? Can we sit down and make one? What do you like? What do you need? There's a certain level of self-awareness that comes with a certain level of uncomfortability. But this is what 2024, I feel like, is presenting us with opportunities to get just that uncomfortable with ourselves. The opportunity to make them type of changes for ourselves. It's very easy to look in the mirror and break it. It's very easy to think that it's something wrong with the reflections, but it's very hard to sit there and stare at it and process it. And see what's being shown back to you. Let's get Falling in Love out the book. And then I'm out because I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. All right, y'all. Y'all know the mermaids have very lengthy messages. So just bear with me. There may be no closer moment of connection, of utter merging with the divine, than the experience we have called falling in love. It is so important we do this. We allow ourselves to be overwhelmed and we surrender to bliss, but also to the possibility of pain, of betrayal, of disappointment, and of disillusionment. Therefore, we mermaids urge you to fall in love, but to allow yourself to be real, honest, vulnerable, and to move on if this love becomes painful, unfulfilling, or continually a compromise. Falling in love is a divine miracle, truly, but there are stereotypes about how it looks. Books with strange names like The Rules, and the ideal that gets attached to a person who has no idea what your hopes and dreams are. So foolish as it may make you feel, do not be cool. Be true to yourself. Fall in love with another and fall in love with your own honesty and vulnerability. Kiss the bliss, taste the nectar of love, and share the ecstasy, but also experience the utter breakthrough of freedom, of honesty. It may not come all at once, but little by little. Let falling in love teach you the lessons that as you recognize the divine in another, so too must they recognize the divine within you. It must be mutual, and it must be a boon, not an instrument of torture or manipulation. Bless you, beautiful people, for having this ability. Now go forth and fall in love with one another, each other, the planet, the animals, the beings, the elementals, the ocean, and yourselves. And nature will then be at peace and well and blossoming once again. Before I move on with the message, I've said this before, but I just want to say it again. Y'all, we come to this planet to fall in love. We come to this planet more specifically to have sexual intercourse. Why do you think we crave companionship so much? It is human nature to crave these things because when I tell you, in the spiritual realm, it's a bunch of fun shit that we won't come here and do, but the highlight of the journey is to have sex. I know I'm oversimplifying a whole human experience, right? It's a huge oversimplification. But you know how eager we is to come here and make love? Because do you know how many planetary bodies and so many other, here come my star family. They want some screen time. My star family says in so many other omniverses and multiverses, there are planetary bodies who don't have duality. They are androgynous, they are hermaphrodites, they experience the masculine and the feminine polarity at the same damn time within the same human experience. And then you have this gem, this precious little earth that's in the center of the universe that is observed by all of the intelligence of the universe because we have a separate experience where we get to witness the two find their way back. We come here to have sex. We come here to fall in love. We come here to refuse the masculine and the feminine energies on a universal level. And so many people are in awe as they virtually or cosmically watch this experience play itself out. Thank you so much for saying that. The experience, we are the creator experiencing our own creations. But I believe that every extraterrestrial life form in some way, shape, or form is the same exact thing. But what makes human beings so different is that polarity and also the innocence that comes with the creator granting us free will. I believe that we were very childlike through the creator's eyes in regards to this creation. There are other dimensions that other experiences are occurring, but in regards to this shit right here, nigga, the creator was so in awe with the childlike, innocent like ability of human beings. And that's why I believe that other extraterrestrial beings from planetary bodies that have controlled wills, such as the Draconians, such as the reptilians, these people came here and manipulated the fuck out of our innocence. We were never supposed to be introduced to war and guns and things like that because we, out of all beings, had free will. Violence wasn't supposed to be a part of us. And that's why, as you can see, every human being that had foreigners come, look at African people, welcome them with open arms. Look at the human race. Anunnaki come, these people, we welcome them with open arms. We don't know how to be anything other than innocent. It is in our human DNA to operate in a manner that would allow free will. But there are beings who were so bad that they were chastised from their own omniverse. They were kicked out. And guess where they landed? Right here. And who are those people? The ones in power. The ones that make you pay for water and air and electricity. And when we had so many civilizations such as Tartaria and Atlantis and Lemuria who operated off of free energy, where people didn't have to utilize labor to upkeep and withstand a capitalistic economy. We were more socialist by nature because we didn't have to pay for our natural resources, and we worked with the planet to allow the natural resources to aid in a better evolution. But unfortunately, what happens is we got to a place in civilization where all we were worried about, because there wasn't no labor, so niggas not getting up every day, punching a clock and putting in 8 hours, so all we were worried about was documenting our history And that's why there have been these underwater computers, ancient computers that have been found, because all of that history of Tartaria, which would have been the equivalent of like Africa, Russia, and China put together, all of that history that would obviously be hidden for the benefit of countries such as the United States of America, people who are in the top of power right now, to hide the fact that at one point in time y'all didn't have no fucking power and these people actually had power. Tartaria, Atlantis, Lemuria, these people had free energy. What do we need to make slaves for when we can all work with the planet to work for us? But they became so infatuated with just documenting their history for the next generation to continue on the cycle, that when great cataclysmic events like the pole shifting, the magnetic pole shifting, the floods, the meteor strikes, when shit like that happens, look at our civilization. If something cataclysmic happened right now, who the fuck's gonna have access to my YouTube channel? And if we had access to different frequencies like that, then why the extraterrestrial beings' channels aren't accessible on our planetary body? So we look at ancient civilizations like Sumeria and the Canaanites and the Egyptians like they were somehow behind us as far as intelligence is concerned, but they were smart enough to know that we need to document this shit in stone if we want to leave anything for these motherfuckers to know what we've done. We need to put some shit on rocks and paint some pictures and write some hieroglyphs if we want them to know what was really good. Because our dumb asses right now think that we're advanced in technology because we have an internet. What's going to happen to my kids if something cataclysmic happens? How they gonna know how to start fire? How they gonna know how to cook food? How they gonna know how to clean water? The internet? The pictures and videos in our phones? But that's unfortunately what happened to the previous ancient civilizations such as Atlantis and Lemuria. They thought they were so advanced in their technological advancements that you forget how to leave that history for other people to follow or to understand. If all this shit go underwater, what do we have for the next generation, y'all? If the poles decided to shift today, what are you leaving for you or yours to figure this shit out? That's why when I really think about Adam and Eve now, yo, that shit had to been scary. Picture like the whole world shifted and you the only two niggas left. It ain't nothing around you. Even if on the other side of the world there's two niggas left, and then on the other side of this world there was two niggas left. As far as we concerned, we the only people left. So the first translated line in the book of Genesis is one of the biggest lies told. That English translation says in the beginning of time. When the Hebrew text reads in the beginning of a time, that's when they started documenting their time. That's when they had knowledge of when their timeline re-began as they knew it. But that wasn't the beginning of time. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, my nigga. The same dust and debris that's out there in the universe is in me. I am the creator. The creator is me. You can't separate us. Earth is me. We are Earth. Everything. You know what I'm saying? So I really imagine like Adam and Eve looking around like, yo, it's really just us. This is the beginning of time. But that was their time. So we have to, I'm rambling. How did I get here? Can I bring this home? Can I wrap this up? I really don't know how I get here. How I got here. We was talking about falling in love. Let me get the rest of this out the book. How did I get here? I'm trying to sum it up so I don't leave anything out. But how did I get to this beginning of time? Cataclysmic events and documentation of history. And yeah, we just got deep real quick. I'm going to wrap this up with the rest of this falling in love message. It says, the divination, feeling powerful feelings of attraction for another and becoming overwhelmed with feelings of tenderness. almost to the point of feeling more for the other being than for food, drink, or breathing, feeling powerfully attached to another. Seeing the divine within them and experiencing the divine within yourself is extremely addictive. The beginning of a powerful relationship which truly has magic within it, the recognition of soul within another. Yet it is also wise to know thyself well and to be able to read your own patterns, seeking to communicate and to establish a close bond with another, feeling very akin to them, a dissolving of boundaries of self into a kind of one, a time of sweetness, insecurity, beauty, excitement, newness, and uncertainty. Perhaps a time when you are almost certainly very much alive and very much at the end of ordinary life and approaching what we often call insanity. The space before knowledge when the idealization of the other is at its height. This card can also signal a desire for sex that is sacred, deeply connective, soul forging, and powerfully erotic. Love making that is exquisitely spiritual and sensual. That's how we took our hard left turn in the message. We was talking about how we come to this planet to experience sex and making love, you know, out of all things. It is such a powerful vibration. And that's why you can manifest so much with it. The polar opposites of the creator coming together in physical form. Come on now. I don't mean to oversimplify the human experience, but that is a huge part of it. So don't ever deny yourself the want of companionship, because it is genuinely human nature. I don't feel the need to clarify that anymore. I feel like the card said what it said, the ancestors said what they said, and happy full moon in Leo, y'all. I love y'all. I miss y'all. We got 111 thumbs up. Damn, who just fucked it up and changed it to 112? But we did have 111 thumbs up. I send y'all so much love, peace, light, and darkness. I hope that I'm able to be more consistent, but I don't want to make no promises. I know the title says I don't know yet, but I think I do know now, so I'm gonna go change the title. I feel like the majority of this reading is talking about standing on business, whatever business it is that you feel like you need to stand on. All right. So shout out to those people who are setting their boundaries, doing what's best for them, standing on business, and setting new standards within themselves and for their own personal lives. I send y'all love, peace, light, and darkness. If you would like to book a personal reading, I do have my new school schedule up and available, so I'm not available to read for you guys, I believe, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and I have opened up my weekends, which is something I've never done before. So you know I love y'all. Like, you know I love y'all. So I think there is Sunday availability. I've opened up my nighttime for you guys. Some of y'all did go ahead and grab that 9:30 to 10:30 slot already. So during the week, I'm willing to go as late as 9:30 to 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I know some of us being on different time zones, sometimes that affects the ability for you guys to book my availability. So I'm trying to like play with it a little bit, to make myself more available to you guys for personal readings. If you would like to check out the spiritual shop, please feel free to do so. All of that information is down below in the description box. If you want to join me on Patreon, it's going to be straight back content for right now because your girl has to get a new schedule in regards to Patreon content. But there is a nice little backlog of content that may resonate with you where you currently are in your journey. Don't ever deny that time is an illusion and energy is fluid, y'all. So all my readings are timeless. Okay, I know it say full moon in this, new moon in that. All my readings are timeless, meaning there can be a message in there for you that I just dropped today, 10 years from now. This is my electronic Bible. My YouTube channel is the Book of Jasmine. Okay? This is my electronic Bible. So I'm not active on Patreon. I don't want to send y'all over there to go join me on Patreon until I know for a fact that I got a new schedule where I'm going to be consistently posting content for you guys again. But feel free to book a personal reading. Check out the spiritual shop. Follow me on Instagram at HourGlassedByJass. And until next time, Soul Fam.